Hey everyone, welcome back to Python Learning. In this video, I'm going to discuss about, the nested if statement. Well, in previous videos, we discussed what is if statement, what is else statement, and what is the usage of elif. Now it's a time to explore what is a nested if statement. Nested in the sense, if statement within another if statement, we call it like a nested if statement. That means if you want to write if statement within another if statement, we call it like a nested if statement. Let me explain our syntax in a very simple way. Very simple. There will be two things, outer if statement and inner if statement. So first I'll start with outer if statement, if condition. And inside the same if statement, what if I start one more if statement? We call this as, nested if. And there can be statements related to this. Okay, when there is if, there should always be else statement, else, and also corresponding statement. See here, this if statement is going to be outer if, and this is going to be inner if. Understand one thing, this inner if statement gets executed only when your outer if statement is true. Okay, and even this else is also inner else statement. And what if your outer if statement is false? Then you need one more else, right? So it can be else and corresponding statement. Or if you want to add multiple conditions, then yeah, definitely you can add one more elif. You can write condition, and there can also be, multiple if statements within that. Even within your else condition, even within your elif statement, there can be if else. There can be if else. See, this is how the nested if statement syntax is going to look like. You can add any number of if statements, any number of else statements, any number of elif statements inside if, inside elif, and also inside else statement. Okay. I hope this is clear. Related to the syntax, let's do a few questions. You'll understand it definitely. Okay. So my first question is, you just need to check whether a given number sign with nested conditions. So you have to check whether a given number is positive, negative, or zero. We know how to check whether given number is positive, negative, or zero. See, I'll just show you the easiest way to write nested if statement. I'm just taking input function, which basically takes integer value from user. And then I'll write a condition to check whether number is greater than zero. If number is greater than zero, it has to print that. Okay, let's do format. And let's say number is positive. Okay, what if number is not positive? Then I'll just use elif. If number is less than zero, it has to print that. Okay, number is negative. Okay, so now what if number is not positive? What if number is not negative? Then obviously it has to print this like a zero. Okay, great. But my question is not this. First, you have to check whether number is positive, negative, or a zero. And then it says if number is positive, you have to check whether that number is even or odd. Understand carefully, if number is positive, that means if your if condition is true, then you have to check one more condition. What is that? So I'm writing inner if statement and I'll write a condition like, if number modulo 2 is equal to 0, it has to print, okay, number is even. Else, it has to print number is odd. So we are getting right. First, it will check whether number is positive. If it is a positive, then it will jump to the inner if statement and it will check is it an even number or odd number. And there is one more condition. What if your number is negative? Then you have to write one more if condition to check whether it is divisible by 3 or not. So if number is negative, I'll check if number modulo 3 is equal to 0. Then I'll just see that, number is, I'll just use a format and I'll just say number is divisible by 3. Okay, else I'll just say that number is not divisible by 3. Else I'll just say that number is not divisible by 3. So you can clearly understand. So if your this if statement is like outer if statement, this is outer and this is outer, right? Remaining are all, inner statements. And this if else related to even odd will execute only if your number is positive. And this Divisible by 3, if else will execute only if your number is negative. And finally, if number is not positive, negative, if it's a 0, it just gives you final else statement. Okay, let's explore, let's play with this program and let's see what it gives. First, let me enter 10. So basically, first it will start checking. So when I give number 10, so basically what happens, you know, like how program works, right? So it will start logically working. So basically it will start from here. So clearly 10 is greater than 0. It will print the statement. It will come here. So clearly 10 divisible by 2, which is true. It will print the statement. So total now we are expecting two statements. One, 10 is positive. Another one is like a 10 is even. Done. Okay. So similarly, what if I enter now odd number? Let's say it's positive, but it's an odd. So it gives me two statements like, okay, number is positive and number is odd. Hope it's clear. Now let's try with a negative number. So I'll just give like, minus 15. Okay. So when I give minus 15, so clearly your if condition fails, right? This fails. This fails means this entire thing will fail. Okay, so now it is coming here. So clearly number is less than 0. It will print the statement and it will check is it divisible by 3. So clearly minus 15 is divisible by 3. It gives you a statement like, okay, number is divisible by 3. I'm expecting two statements. Number is negative and also it is divisible by 3. Okay, you can also try with a number which is negative, which is not divisible by 3. See, it just says that number is negative and not divisible by 3. Okay, and now let me try to enter 0. It just gives us like a 0 because it's not positive, it's not negative. Hope it's clear. Okay, we'll try next question. Voting eligibility check. You have to write a program to check whether person is eligible to vote based on our rules. A person must be 18 years or old or older to vote, and person must also be a citizen. So that means we have to take two things from users. One is like, integer input. I'm just taking age from users. And also we just want to know like a citizen. Okay, yes or no, like are they citizen of India or not? Okay, so for that I'll just use input because people have to enter a string value here. I'll just start checking, okay, if ages greater than or equal to 18. Okay, I'll check one more condition. Is citizen is equal to S. If they are citizen of India, then we have to print that. Okay, eligible to vote. See, first we are checking age. Once age is true, we are checking whether they are citizen of India, and then we are just printing, we are making a decision like, okay, you are eligible to vote. Else, we just say like, print, not eligible. Not eligible. Okay. As you're not citizen of country, as you are not a citizen, so not eligible to vote. Okay, now what if age itself is, if age itself is what I can see, less than 18. So elif, I'll just say, you can use elif or you can just say else and you can print like, not eligible to vote. Not eligible to vote. Okay. See, I'll just enter a age which is 30, which is satisfying the age criteria, and also I'll enter citizenship S. So it says that eligible to vote. Okay, what if I enter 30 and if I say like a no, it says like, not eligible as you are not a citizen. Okay, if somebody's age is less than 10, again, it's going to print as like, irrespective of S or no, it's going to print like not eligible to vote, even though you are a citizen or not. Age should be greater than or equal to 18. This is how you write a nested if statement. Okay, so we have one more interesting question. Purchase discount calculator. Write a Python program to calculate price after discount based on a purchase amount. Okay, so here, let's see purchase amount, we have to take it. Let's say purchase is equal to, I'll just call it like integer of an input. Okay, so I'll just say like if purchase amount is, okay, if purchase amount is greater than 100, so what would be the discount? Discount is going to be purchase item times 20%. 20% in a sense like 20 by 100, which is 0.2. So similarly, elif, if purchase is greater than 500. Okay, greater than 500 means it's going to be like a 10% discount. 10% discount means it's just 0.1. So else it's going to be just print. Discount is going to be 0, right? I can see 0 discount. So finally, what will be the final price? Let's call it like, final price is going to be like purchase price. Yeah. So final price is going to be purchase, actual price, and you just need to subtract it with your discount. Okay, so finally, I'm just going to print it like print final price. So I'll just enter some price, let's say 1,000. It's going to give us like a 20% of 1,000 is going to be, it's giving like 800. Okay, it's 200 discount, 200 minus 1,000 is going to be 800. So here, no nested if concept, it's just normal if elephant else. Okay, so next one. A final question related to nested if statement, simple ATM machine. You have to write a program simulating simple ATM machine. Let's say we are going to define like, pin is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then I'll just write the balance is going to be 50,000. Okay, and then I'll start, if first condition is going to be, we just check if whatever pin you enter, let's take pin from user. Okay, I'll call it like user pin is equal to integer of input. Okay, so if user pin is matching with actual pin that I have defined, okay, if pin is matching, then you have an option to withdrawal. So you can take a withdrawal amount from user. So I'll just say withdraw is equal to, I'll just call integer of an input. You have to tell like how much amount you have to withdraw. Okay, and then I'm checking if your withdrawal amount is whatever amount you have to withdraw, make sure it is less than balance. If it's true, okay, so it will withdraw amount for you and your balance is going to update it like, actual balance minus, it's going to be like, withdraw, we're just subtracting it. Okay, and finally, it's going to print the final balance, right? It's going to be the final balance, you'll get it. So else, what if pin is not satisfying, or let's say if withdrawal amount is like greater than your balance, if you are looking for amount which is more than your balance, it sees like insufficient balance, right? It should be like insufficient balance. Okay, what if pin itself is wrong? Then it's going to be else condition. This works when pin is wrong. So we just have to print it like, enter valid pin. Right? Okay, done. See, I'll just operate it. I'll enter a pin which is like 1, 2, 3, 6, which is a wrong pin. It just sees like, enter valid pin. Okay, now let me give a valid pin 1, 2, 3, 4. It is expecting withdrawal amount from me. I'll just try to draw, 90,000. So it just sees like insufficient balance. Okay, so I'll give pin again, and then out of 50,000, let's say I just want to withdraw 30,000, and it's going to give us 30,000, and it is saying, okay, remaining balance is just 20,000. So this is how nested if statements are going to work. I hope it's clear. Thank you. Happy learning. This was all about, the conditional statements. I hope it's clear.